Very excited for today. You guys know that I've been covering Fractured longer than most of the Fractured content creators. We have a fairly sizable guild in Fractured, sizable number of people at Founders Packs. One sad part is, I do want to let you guys know, is that if you didn't buy into Fractured before the 31st of December, I no longer have a promo code for you. For about 2.5 years, I had the code Jahlon saved you 10% at checkout. Now that Dynamite Studios has agreed to let Gamigo be their publisher, they're no longer doing that. So, one thing I am glad to see, Fractured, we're back in Fractured, and the backgrounds. For a while, they had taken out the backgrounds. For a while, they only had Gladiator and Arcanist. This just basically determines what starting abilities you have. One thing about Fractured is not a standard MMORPG where you go in and you level as a class. You'll notice that this doesn't say class. This says background. When you go in, you will have certain starting abilities. So if you start as a Gladiator, you get Execute, Net Trap, Lunge, and Second Wind. Now, say I start as a Gladiator and I want to become a Bowman. You can, because you can learn Volley, Power Shot, Slow, and Chilling Arrow. I had the old alpha version. I'm very confused as to who gets to play, right? I've seen a couple of different statements on who gets to play. Let me check this. It says, if you supported us on Kickstarter, purchased a Founders Pack, or registered on our website before Friday 28th of January, then you're among the lucky ones. So as long as you were registered for the game, you should be able to play today. Test today. I want to say test. They say play. They say play for free. It should be test. I wish this was coffee. This is actually hot chocolate. My voice was going. So yeah, you guys should all have it. So yeah, you're playing Zero Bugs, Peak Expectations. I want to see some finished product. Okay, so I have tested both Melee and I have tested Gladiator in the past. I'm going to take Bowman today, but I do want to point out this to you guys. They got Street Rat. Abandoned in front of a temple as an infant and raised in a rundown orphanage, you've done everything you need to survive, including working as a hired blade. Given the hardship of your past, working up in a new world is almost a relief for you. Yeah, there you go. All right, so number 2, I already put this feedback in. I think we put this feedback in before, but I just put it in again. It would be nice if on the attributes, it would allow me on like cursor or hover for me to know what the attributes do. You'll notice if I go over here, you're going to see this attack speed plus 16. When I lower my dexterity, that changes my attack speed. You come over here and your perception lowers your critical chance. I don't have the chart up in front of me, but Fractured has actually done a really good... Oh, I have it right here. Fractured has done a really, really good job of making all of the... making all the stats relevant. I need to... They've made... Oh, I got it stuck. There we go. They've made it so all the stats are relevant. Because of the way things are laid out today, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the link to the stats so you can check them out. But... it's not like a game where because I'm going to be an archer, I don't need strength, because strength is also tied to maximum health. Dexterity is attack speed, evasion, stealthiness, and lockpicking. Intelligence is your mana rate, your mana amount, your mana regen, your constitution. Hi, Timmy. You're looking good, Timmy. Intelligence is the measure of magical power. Constitution is your endurance, but not your life. This is interesting. In some games, Constitution equals your life, not in Fractured. And then perception is your critical hit and your accuracy. Hope I'm enjoying the game. I am enjoying the game. I have enjoyed this game many times. Many times over the years I've tested this. So, with that said, I'm going to leave all my stats the same. Now, for you guys to understand, this is not... I do want to talk about the... I do want to talk about the purpose of this weekend's test. The purpose of this weekend's test is not a content test, which is why I really wish the CMs would stop here. I feel it necessary to bring this up. I want to do this. So I feel it necessary. Let me go to my segment scene so I can bring up a web page. No ashes. You go away. We're gonna do fractured thing, and I think this is really important. Play for free. Alpha weekend, play for free. No, the word play shouldn't be there. Test for free. Enjoy 2 days of free gameplay. No, we invite you to help test the product for 2 days. Join for an exclusive free reward. That's okay. Fractured Online, Alpha Weekend, join for an exclusive reward. This is good. The artifact looks great. We will be holding an Alpha Weekend to push our backend engine, which received a major update. Play tests. Okay, play tests are very important. What do you need? Want a friend to join? What needs testing? Let me say, every game company that's out there needs to pay attention. Dynamite Studios, and I've said this the whole time I've been following Dynamite Studios, they do a really good job. Their PR is top shelf. I'm going to say Dynamite Studios and not Gamigo in this regard, because Dynamite really laid out the battle rhythm for this. What needs testing? The Fractured Online backend engine received a major update, which should improve performance in crowded areas and increase the number of players that can be online in the same continent. We want as many players to group up and play together in close spaces and report any outstanding performance issues. What do you need me to test? This is what you need me to test. What's new? Where can I report bugs? Can I play casually, stream, and record? Test casually. Can I test casually? But, because Fractured isn't going to be as mainstream attention, they're not going to be breaking Twitch records today. I don't think the play thing is a giant deal. I think it's just something that they need to keep in mind for the future. Are you playing or are you testing? If you're testing, then when people say, well, this looks unfinished, you say you're right, because we're just testing it. Anyway, with that said, we're going to, hopefully it's a tiny bit more optimized so my GPU don't burn up. Well, Zetrix, that's a good statement, but you need to make sure that you recognize you're going to be running this on a jacked up GPU. I'm going to start at the northern one. Oh my, hot chocolate's already cold, guys. Hot chocolate's already cold, so don't worry. We've got lots of teas today. So, pop in here. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Your GPU is not jacked up. Well, it is jacked up, man. So is Wolfus's. Zetrix, maybe if you spent more time marketing the Paradox Gaming Network and we were getting more money income, then I would be able to say, oh, my HTML guy needs a new graphics card. But, hey, community manager. What's up? Okay, so right off the bat, let's take a look at, I love it. You got the young status. That's good. 40 hours of playtime or 80,000 knowledge points. And then the tutorial. I like it. It's good. Right now it looks like got some ping. Got some ping issues. 113 isn't horrible. 113 isn't horrible, but we're bouncing a lot. 86, 32 frames per second. So that's not exactly blowing my socks off. Month, day, year. I like that. That's clean, neat. I like it. Video. Use my monitor's resolution. Yeah, let's do all that. Use basic settings. Yeah, just put that in ultra. No, use advanced frame rate limit. Yeah, let's limit it to 60. But that's all good. Apply. Audio. Yeah, that's all good. Okay. So, if you guys remember, this is an isometric downward looking game. Here is your bank for this town. Remember, there is no universal bank. Also, you'll notice that. Oh, never mind. I could go ahead and load my skills, but it's going to have me load my skills as part of the tutorial. So the tutorial says, gather rye from the farmland in town. Okay. I see 2 little green dots. We're gonna go pick on the dots. There we go. I miss that sound. I miss this music. I do. We jammed out to this for a long time. What we got here? Marketplace? Oh, look at that. We already got stuff on the marketplace. What's up, Shabuzi? Oh, God. Oh, that's wheat. I don't need wheat. I need rye. Okay, so field wheat. Oh, that's right. Hold on. Let's put in a bug report. Because you guys know, I believe in bug reporting. Starting area. Baker. Quest says to gather rye from farmland in town. Farmland in town actually has field wheat. Okay, remember that from last time. So that you guys that are new here, they made that change because what people were doing to level their towns were yeah, it's giving you field wheat, but it's giving you rye. I'm gonna go back in, fix that. Farmland and town actions field wheat in it. Item in inventory is rye. Yeah, if you guys remember, that happened from the last time. There were some people that were cheating. So yeah, see, I can no longer interact with this tutorial item. What some people were doing is they were making new characters. Rise the resource you get. Yeah, because what it was last time we did testing, was people were gathering the starter area wheat and then using that for their town upgrade packs. Man, my cat just trolled me. My cat just knocked. My cat literally knocked on my door, like, and we just walked past. All right. Craft dough in your inventory crafting manual. So there's the flour. Crafting and building. Here's the dough. Let's make some dough and then we gotta go make some bread. Oh yeah, there's lots of people working in the background. You guys can hear that. Not the cat. I've got 3 cats, I understand. I have 3 cats. I had 4. Unfortunately, my wife's cat passed away this summer of, we had to put her down. She had tumorous growth in her bladder and she had kidney failure, and so the doctor said, I don't think there's enough bladder to put her back together, but I'm gonna have to put her into a cage for 4 days and push fluids through her to try to fix the kidney problem. And I was like, no, my kitty's not dying without me. So I put my cat down. My cat had like almost no chance to survive anyway. All right, bread. We making bread? All right, let's make bread. I have 1 cat and he's already a handful. I can't imagine everything. If you have 1 cat and he's a handful because he's got no playmates. Cats should never be single creatures. You should always have 2. That way they entertain each other. I tell people that all the time. They look at me like I'm crazy. 3 and 4 starts to get a little crazy. But no, you should never have a singular cat. Cats need friends. Cats need friends. All right. Memorize an ability preset containing rend armor, lunge, strike wounds, and assassinate. Did I screw up? Let me check something real quick. I think I screwed up. I think I had that over on I'm gonna have to get my bread. I am not intending to test this character. I'm intending to test the archer character. So I think I done did screw up. Okay. Happens. If they're able to go outdoors, it's less important though, as long as they have something to do while you're not there. Yeah. Truthfully though, you shouldn't have outdoor cats. Outdoor cats are a special breed. What did I do? Let's let me back up. Create new. Yep. Let me do this. Next. Yeah, I think what I did is I had the wrong character. I think I had the wrong thing selected. 7:30. Wow, there's a lot of people making characters. You have a ragdoll, I can never let him outside. Someone would steal him, yeah. People around. Oh my god, man. I logged in the wrong character. Man, sorry guys, I'm having a rough morning. I needed coffee. I didn't have coffee. Tamir her car got stuck. We don't like the snow. We hate the snow. So we're looking at moving down south to Florida. Guys, the snow bothers me. The snow absolutely bothers me. My back has been killing me. That's why I want to move to Florida. Yeah, that's where we want to go. Okay, so now third time's a charm. Now we just got to remake the bread, and then we're gonna have the archer character to test. Also, guys, I'm gonna be here for like forever today. I'm gonna be here for a long time today because I got nothing else to do, and I can't. There's nowhere else I can go. Tamir is gonna take the kids and go do fun stuff like swim. So I don't need a parent. You have a storm going through and a massive migraine killing you? Yeah, man. I feel your pain. Tamir's been having migraines. Tamir gives herself shots too. So it's always funny. It's like we've got a fridge full of shots. She always has to let me know when she's about to give herself one. I don't like the sight of needles. You got your third vaccine yesterday and it's rough. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I 100% agree with getting vaccines, but I don't think I'm gonna get my booster, to be honest, until I'm sure that the Omicron and the red Alpha 7 and the COVID 32 are all taken care of. Like, I don't feel like getting a shot to get sick again and then not get, immunity. I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere as it is now. What do I need immunity from? The pizza delivery guy? I mean, really, what are we talking about here? Although I am gonna be going to that new sushi place. So, I mean, I guess that's okay. All right, so let me do this. The vaccine isn't for immunity, though. It's just to lessen the symptoms. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get immunity. You're not gonna get the benefit for strains that aren't in there if they're different enough. Like I said, I don't leave my house often enough to justify. Oh, I forgot to make the dough. Okay, seems like deja vu, but it's okay. It is. Vodka Help. Good name. Vodka Help. Everyone at the workplace got, except me. I feel superhuman. Nice. Like my kid got, you guys know that the other day I had to go pick up my kid from school. My kid got sick. And then, there we go. That's now we got the right stuff. So my kid got sick, picked her up, brought her home. She was fine. She threw up, but then we got to find a place for her to, we have to find a place for her to get a COVID test. Otherwise she has to socially isolate for 5 days, and then when she goes back to school. Oh, this is cool. I like this. I like, oh, what's this? What's this one? Mass cure wounds. Ooh, you guys have done a lot of work. Cure wounds, cure poison, AoE heal. I like that. Greater Woodland Wisp. I like this. This is an improvement. And then let's check. Yeah, there we go. Each category, warfare, hunting. Yeah, I like it. I like the way it looks. What's this? Enchanting chilled arrows. I like it. Invocation. Conjuration. Oh, there's the there's everybody's totem of wildfire, everyone's favorite thing in the world. Oh yeah, you guys have done a lot of work. It's looking good. Slow. All enemies within 5 meters from a location of your choice are slowed. Allowed weapons. Spell channeling. Spell channeling. Ranged. Ranged. Okay. Entangling roots. These are looking nice. I like. Let's do our talents. Did you guys finish some of these? Or these? Yeah, under implementation. Oh, yeah, we got some stuff. We got some new stuff. Let's see. Stealth reduces the poison consumed when using poison weapon by 5%. Single weapon style while wielding a single-handed melee weapon, keeping your offhand free. So here's one thing that a lot of people have asked for in a lot of games, right? Single weapon style, when you're only using when you're not dual wielding and you're not sword and boarding, you only have one weapon in one hand, you get a bonus. You gain 25 bonus evasion and you keep in your basic attacks deal 1.5% extra damage. So there you go. There you go. So that is, this is like the evasion tank sort of deal. Well, you gain 16% block chance bonus when you have your offhand free. Interesting. Basic attacks don't reveal you while hidden, though your presence can still be detected. Interesting. It's about time someone made this thing. Does that include two-handed weapons? No, because your offhand would be filled. Remember, a two-handed weapon uses two hands. Whenever someone attacks you with an ability that involves a skill contest, that contest is shifted in your favor by 1%. I like it. Attacks performed with bows and crossbows deal 1% extra damage. So, yeah, look who's playing. I play this all the time. Every time, the last time this was in testing, I had some stuff going on in my world. But yeah, I like this. Okay, let's follow this down to Ranger Mastery. But you don't have anything here. Okay. All right, so presets. We need to make a new preset and we need to put all of the abilities we know in it. We're going to save that preset. And then we're going to memorize it. So we need to go here. We need to rest. We need to pull the Qui-Gon. And then I want to memorize... No. I want to memorize this one. And then it's going to give me my options. Power shot. Oh, chilling arrow, power shot, volley, and slow. The last time is it? Wait, who? Jarko89? Is that Prometheus? You're confusing me. A benefit of living in the country is if you get COVID, by the time you have to go to town again, you're over it. Yeah, exactly. Still a single weapon. Yeah, it's not a single weapon though. It's a dual-handed weapon. So, it's not a single weapon. Okay, so I don't have a ranged weapon. Craft linen weave in your crafting menu. Okay. Linen weave. People confusing me, having different names. I'm a simple guy. Linen weave. Here we go. Craft that. Prometheus locked out of his fractured MMO account because Twitch really won't send me the 2-factor login email. Oh no. Oh no. I've been there, man. I have been there. That happened to me when I took my like 10 weeks off of streaming, and I came back and asked me for my password. And I put my password in, and it was like, nope. And I was like, yep. And it was like, nope. Luckily, I'm a Twitch partner, so when I put in my ticket, my answer got to me in about 10 seconds. Twitch partner is helpful. Oh no, I need to craft more linen. Okay, so, I don't know if that's a bug. No, that wouldn't be a bug. That was just an oddity. One character got enough to make all of the linen weave. Party and fight. Player Prometheus. Why is Prometheus inviting me to a party? I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. Vodka help. I love that name. Alrighty. I'm being chased by a green dot. When looking for a place to live in Florida, think long term and buy. Oh yes, absolutely. Buy a place above sea level. That is without a doubt the plan. Don't accept it. It's a trap. I know, right? Okay, I'm getting a little bit too far from town. Yeah, he'll teleport me straight to hell, probably. Especially, it would be funny because the last video I did about Fractured, I asked, did Dynamite Studios make a deal with the devil? I will say that Gamigo, I'm still really happy with Dynamite Studios. Still really happy with Dynamite Studios. I am not happy with the way Gamigo has made some pretty big marketing mistakes, in my opinion. In my opinion, Gamigo has just dropped the ball too many times. Okay, I'm able to gather from here again. I don't know if that's intentional, but it solved my plant fiber problem. So, servers are being stressed real good and are running wonderfully. That's good. There's Prometheus. So, but no, I called Gamigo out on that, and I said, guys, you've had a typo in one. You didn't even know the name of the game, and that bothered me because Prometheus and the rest of the people at Dynamite Studios have worked really, really hard for several years, and the first thing Gamigo does is send out a post, and it says for feature online, and I'm like, come on, treat the product with more respect, man. Know the name of the product. And then they sent a link to a dead Discord, and I was like, come on. And so they're doing better. They're doing better. I would hope that Gamigo would realize this is the chance for them. This is the chance for Gamigo to take a game that has a chance to be really popular and build their reputation by being like, oh, they finally learned, so they finally treated a game well. Where do we report bugs? You report bugs here in this thread. Yeah, take a few seconds to proofread. I mean, yeah. So it was like Gamigo should have known that the community wasn't happy. And like I said in my video, the reason why, because Prometheus and I talked immediately after the news came out. Prometheus and I had a long conversation, and if Prometheus and the Dynamite team made the decision to go with Gamigo, then it's not a matter of if I think the decision is good or not. It becomes a matter of, do I trust Prometheus? If I trust Prometheus, then I have to trust his decisions. I don't think anybody goes out of their way to throw away their product. And so I'm sure when Prometheus sees those little things that Gamigo does, it's going to be like, guys, you know Jahlon's going to call this shit out. Can we do better, please? Can we please do better? And I'm not trying to be funny. Oh, what are you doing, Disc? I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, you guys know I'm going to call it out. And you guys know that I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to say this is unacceptable and this needs to be better. And so far, in the last couple of things they've done have looked really good. Regrows. Oh, I like this. I really do like this. This is a cool little feature. This is a cool little update. Remember, guys, because not everything is harvestable, and so you'd be looking for stuff and you wouldn't know why it was gatherable or why because you see this image and you're like, is this gatherable or why isn't this one? The regrow time, love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. Are these infinite white caps? Bugged out white caps? Bugged out white caps. So, good evening, Dark Paladin. Well, good afternoon. Or am I still on morning? I started a little early. No, I'm on afternoon now. With that said... But yeah, I do want to say Dynamite Studios, definitely Buggy Whitecaps, yeah. Dynamite Studios has always listened to feedback. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to test the last set of stuff because that was right when life was beating me up. But my guys said the last testing was good. But by the way, since I'm just kind of rambling, you guys notice that whenever I come across new resources, I'm getting knowledge points. One of the big things in Fractured is you need to kind of like recognize the trees. Like these are all birch, so I don't need to harvest any more off of these. But if I were to find a pine tree, even if I didn't need resources at the moment, I would still want to gather off of a pine tree or a maple or whatever because I want those knowledge points. I absolutely love that this game is based on knowledge points. This dev city of Promolia offers free land parcels. Okay. I'll go up there. What's the expected release date of this game? They do not have an expected release date. They're still very much in alpha, which is fair. They're still very much in alpha. Oh, I gotta do my bow, right? Make my bow. Make my bow. Craft a bow. Craft my bow. So bows are spell channeling and they're ranged. Okay. There. So you guys can see another thing about Fractured is that when I unequip my bow, right? The only ability that I have at the bottom, which you can't see because I'm a slacker. I'm gonna bring the game over the browser. Yeah, bring the game over the browser. So you'll see my abilities are grayed out. I can't use these because I do not have a spell channeling weapon or a ranged weapon equipped. I'm bare. I'm unarmed. When I equip my bow, then all these abilities become usable. One thing that is going to throw you off is the tab key is not a target cycle. The tab key changes you. You'll see that I'm holding my bow, and when I hit the tab key, I go into melee or unarmed fisticuffs. Then when I tab twice more, I get my bow back. That's going to throw some people off. You can swap stances with the tab key. So keep that in mind. Where am I? I gotta go north. Gotta apply. I gotta apply to a town. Don't have time in 2 days to build a town. Paradox, we built 2 towns actually the last time. We built Sprockerton and Sprockadoo, the testing 2 times ago. Oh, you guys, what is this cheating? What is this cheating? You guys already have Palisades started? What is this? Cheaters? Cheat codes enabled? What's going on here? Apply. Candidate citizen. Approve me. How I shut the door. Okay, hunts. Yeah, I gotta go down. I gotta go back and hunt wolves. We built one of the biggest towns we know for 100% was legitimate. We weren't sure about the other competitors being legitimate. Could be though, because one of them was world first killers. Yeah, you know, the thing in the other one that bothered me greatly is that when the other person, because everybody was given a bunch of codes, invite keys. One of the other major towns, one of the major towns suddenly grew 2 levels because the content creator who had keys was using them to make alts. Then he got called out on that and he said, no, I'm not. And even one of his officers said, well, yeah, we are. The thing and the stuff and the stuff and the thing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. One thing you'll see, I'm on a road. Roads do increase your travel speed. So you want to be on roads as much as possible. So that camera view gives me some sim vibes. Yeah, I am a huge fan of isometric downward looking games. Sorcerer. Steven, is that you? Steven Sharif, is that you? Probably not. He grew 5 levels in 2 days at the end of the test. Yeah, I mean, it's also funny when people forget that the developer can see, like, the developer knows, okay, so all of a sudden, all of these accounts went to this town, and all of those accounts happen to be keys that I gave to that streamer. Oh, tea. Yeah, especially as, yeah, I mean, one of the things about Fractured, and Prometheus and the team have changed that, they've changed the way the PvP is going to work because they had to, because we are unfortunately not in 1995 anymore. We're not in 2005. We're a different generation of gamers now. Like I said, and I talk about Fractured, one of the flaws was you log in, you pick up your new set of armor that you spent 16 hours making, because that's how long the smelting time is. You get done making your brand new armor, you set 1 foot out of your town, you get killed. Full loot drop game, you lose all your armor. Well, what did people do? People were like, well, I'm screwed. I'm gonna just make another set of armor and I'll be back tomorrow. It doesn't feel good when you lose. It wasn't PvP that was the main issue, it was mainly the time loss. Yeah, that's the thing. It's people running around in a pack of 12 ganking just to inconvenience other players. Well, you know, that's not going to go over well. So the PvP had issues. Because if you're going to be an open world PvP game, but then you're going to have those level of issues, people are going to say, no, I'm not really interested. Especially when people find out that 16, 20, 25 hours of their time is been lost. You know, they're going to say no thanks. It's like EVE Online suffered from that problem. EVE Online, I felt bad many a time. You're out, you're ratting, you enter a system, you find somebody in a battleship, you go, you tackle them, you blow them up, and then you get the hate mail that they're brand new and they just got into that battleship, and then you look at the age of their character and you're like, oh, I feel horrible. Doesn't mean I send them any money. I mean, I feel horrible. Doesn't mean I do anything about it, but feel horrible for a couple of seconds. And then you're like, nah. All right. Hey, take a little rest. Thanks for the fire. Tester. I love it. I love it. Let's see. We got to kill young wolves. I'm out of arrows. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Forgot about that. Have to make arrows. Stone arrows and arrow shafts. Oh my lord. So that should probably be in the tutorial, I would think. When it has you make your bow, it should have you make your arrows as well. So cat with a blade. Well, you've died a bunch of times, cat with a blade. So I never felt horrible about it. It's a tough lesson that needs to be learned, and I'd rather they learn it in a low value battleship than the first time they managed to sit their dumbass in a dread and lose 2 corporations worth of money. Yeah, I agree with you there. EVE Online is pretty rough if you especially if you fucking derp corporation dreadnought, and then the corporation's like, oh, you need to pay for that. I think I should log into EVE and start selling some resources, selling accounts, because I have a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of dreads and a bunch of carriers, because we used to make them. All right, looking for a rock. Looking for a rock I can pick up. I feel like I'm playing 7 Days to Die. It's like, I need a rock. Oh, hey, Wolfsbane. Oh, there's a rock. You don't know why, but the music reminds you of Jurassic Park. I could see that. Okay. Stone arrowheads. Craft all. Arrow shafts. Craft all. Stone arrows. Quantity crafted, 200. That'll work. All right, now let's go over to kill our little wolf guys. Kill the little wolfies. Hi, what's up with you? Well, on cooldown. What do you mean? Oh, did I not equip my arrows? Oh. Oh, I like that. Okay. A new ability discovered, Bleeding Strike. So, one of the things you'll notice is as I find resources, they go in my resource book, but as I kill mobs, so my knowledge progress is 10% because I've killed 2 young wolves. You find a mob, you want to kill it until you max out this knowledge progress, because each mob you kill or each thing you find gives you knowledge points. Now, you'll also notice that when we were over here, you see all these abilities in the game, right? All these abilities. When you cursor over one, it'll tell you discovered from. So this particular ability is discovered from Goblin Enforcers. Means you got to go kill enough Goblin Enforcers until you learn the ability. In my case, Young Wolves, I only had to kill 2 Young Wolves in order to get the Bleeding Strike ability. Now, will every ability you learn be useful to you? No. Can you learn every ability? If you want to. If you want to. Favorite part in this game? Yeah, the fact that you actually have to go and learn your abilities. I love that. I think that is part of the secret sauce that Dynamite Studios has. They've got the right recipe. They've got the recipe for success there. So makes exploration meaningful. Yeah, it makes exploration meaningful. It also makes there's a plus and a minus here. The plus and the minus is it makes going out and exploring meaningful until you no longer need to kill those mobs. Like, I don't want to go and kill any more goblins because I already have everything. I already have everything the goblins have to teach me. So in some ways, it's counterintuitive to teamwork because, like, you get new people unless you're rolling alts so that you have alts over there, it's going to be like, well, I don't want to go kill any more goblin shamans because I'm already 100% on them. So it's a plus and it's a minus. There is value to it. That's like the ice spikes from the mage. It makes grinding meaningful to a point and limits the amount of use you can possibly get from grinding the same thing repeatedly. Yes, that is... Wow, server stability is not top shelf. There is a lot of rubber banding. Right here. Hopefully they're getting the data that they need. Because that's to a point. Yeah, it's getting to a point where it's almost unplayable. Because those three just got there in a hurry. Yeah. Okay, so. Then everybody's favorite running. Oh, what is that? Everyone's favorite running kite. Running kite. Okay. Oh. That's why. Because I is stupid. That isn't... So that isn't a use ability. That is a toggle on. You put that on if you want to have your next shot apply chilling arrows. You don't... Yeah. So you see... It applies it because it's the current arrow I have. Yeah, that's... So it's like... It's the equivalent of like a rogue's poison. But it uses mana per hit. Every time I hit. So... good times though. Good times. Let me... Oh! Let me go over here. Oh! Can I sneak to this fire? There's a lot of... Oh, there's a lot of you! There's too many of you! Too many! I don't want to loot it. I want to rest. Nordic area is horrible. Yeah, I mean... I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure about the ping counter in the corner. Oh no! I made too many friends! Go away. Go away! Go away! Go away! Go away! You guys remember that house I had and the testing where like the 4 wolves just showed up on my porch? It was the meat delivery service. I missed that. It was a good time. Okay, so I only learned 50% of that. But what we're gonna do here is we're going to talents. I'm gonna come over here and learn a talent point. Oh, 2 presets. Yep, create a preset. And then we're gonna take we're gonna start learning our talents. Other thing I want to do is I want to make... Uh-oh. I need to make some food. This is a survival-esque game. You do have to have... You'll see up here in the corner, you have food and energy requirements. If you run out of food, then you have bad things happen. Roasted wolf meat. I can make 8 roasted wolf meat. Remember, protein packs and your protein packs, your grain packs. We'll have fun with that the next major testing cycle that comes out. We'll have fun with that. Let's see. This guy gonna take the job? So, hold on, guys. I need just a real quick sidebar. You guys heard at the beginning of the show, little new jazz track. This guy is gonna do me 10 jazz tracks. So, I just want to buy that. I am dropping a lot of money today. Guys, all of our monies. All of our monies. Oof, we're poor again. Hopefully those jazz tracks, start making us some money. Which one do I think, which one do I think will come out first? Fractured or Ashes of Creation? I think Fractured will come out first. I think Fractured will come out first. I think Fractured is closer to being ready to come out, but you also have to remember, well, you know, I don't want Fractured to rush either. Oh, I had food. I had bread with me. I don't want Fractured to rush. There's no reason for Fractured to rush. Right now, people are looking for a game to play. I am fully, a wolf teeth necklace is what I need to make. I am fully of the belief that, I've killed 10 wolves, but I don't know, because I killed them, but I didn't loot the teeth, because I am dumb. Fractured doesn't need to rush. Fractured is really complex. If you guys haven't checked out their websites and stuff, there is a lot going on with Fractured. I mean, if you guys are new and you want to sign up, if this is your style of game, I do have a referral link. It's not like Ashes, but it lets them know how many people I'm reaching. I do have quite a few videos out about the game. So it's not like when people see Fractured, I don't want you to think that there's not a lot of meat and potatoes there. There really is. There is some meat to the game. They're gonna have, like, they're gonna be wars, and there's gonna be player-owned towns, and there's gonna be bits and pieces. Do we have a guild set up yet? No, not yet. I should probably do that, huh? One of these buttons. This one? Guild. Great guild. Paradox. Gaming. No, just Paradox. Add member. How do I do this again? I can't do this remotely, can I? Where are you, Zetrix? Maine. Are you in the northern town? Are you in the one up here? Town hall? Wait, you're in the starter zone? No town hall in the starter zone. He's confusing me. Oh, this one over here? Is this the town hall? Well, this is technically the town hall. Blacker, there you are. Grumpy dance. The Grumpy dance. Is that you, grumpy old man? I don't know if it's him. I want to just start randomly inviting people. If that is, I love it. I do love it too. Did you guys... Oh, the Grumpy dance is your chance to do the... Alright. Are you guys excited for the Super Bowl? Given who's playing the Super Bowl halftime show? Because I'm going to say this. I'm a big fan of the TikTok that I saw. Alexa, play some of that gangsta shit so these kids here know who they are fucking with. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. Like, my kids all the time acting like they're hard and stuff. I'm like, you're not hard. Don't even try. Like, my teenager, she can get a little mouthy. I love her. She can get a little mouthy. The funny part is that she grew up on Eminem. Like, I never thought like what a bad idea that would be until she started cussing at preschool. Craft animal hides and fleshing beam. Oh, what you doing here? Who are you running from? Someone chasing you? Oh shit, we're chasing you. Star Citizen is the best game ever and 100% on the up and up. No. No. Enough is enough. End of discussion. Yes. Way to troll, man. That is top shelf trolling, and I love it. That he woke up this morning and chose war. You have chosen poorly. Craft animal hide at a tanner's bench. Okay, so am I missing the fleshing beam? There's the tailor's bench. Where is the fleshing beam? It's not in here. We're, Prometheus, if you're still here, I think you got a typo. Is it? Where is it, Zetrix? It's outside the building? I can't... That's usually where the tub is. They need to get rid of everyone else's crafting signs. Yeah, after a while it has gotten obnoxious. I don't see the fleshing beam. Because generally you can't put it in the building. The fleshing beam is outside the building. So, yeah, they need to... Oh, here it is. I got it. Oh my god, is it hot in here? Holy hell. So guys, it's like 9 degrees outside. And I gotta have a window open because I have a 3090 space heater. You guys, if you've never heard of a 3090 space heater, you know. So, Star Citizen did get a little egg on its face with the newest roadmap updates. Yeah, I heard about that. What did they say? We're not gonna put any actual dates on the, we're not gonna put any actual dates on the roadmap because you all take the roadmaps as gospel. And I'm like, okay, but that's what a roadmap is for. All right, guys, you'll notice that I just equipped hide armor. So there you go, got some hide armor going on. You'll also notice that my abilities are all still usable. So you'll notice Power Shot doesn't have an armor restriction. Volley doesn't have an armor restriction. Slow doesn't have an armor restriction. You will notice that Chilling Arrows does have an armor restriction. At the bottom, it says allowed weapons, spell channeling, and ranged. We know that our bow is both a ranged and a spell channeling, but you'll notice that our armor is light or medium. So my hide armor is a medium, so I can continue to use this. If I were to equip plate, I would no longer be allowed to use Chilling Arrows. So Fractured is based on not a classless system. However, each ability has go no-go checks. You not only have to have the right weapon on, you can't not have the wrong armor on. So they're putting things that they sure they can hit, ideally anyway. The messaging was quite poor, kind of taking shots at the small, passionate part of the community. Well, Star Citizen needs to not do that because I don't think Star Citizen has much of a community left. Remember, guys, Star Citizen, Chris Roberts started off by being pretty belligerent, where he said, we're going to do Eve and we're going to do it better. And Eve's like, okay. And now it's how many years later and Eve is still going strong. And in some ways, In some ways, the reason why Eve died off a little bit is because people were waiting for Star Citizen. If Star Citizen hadn't made so many blatantly false promises, more people might have kept playing Eve, and the more people play Eve, the more money Eve makes, and then the more development they can do. Oh, that's never a good time. I'm gonna get rid of that. So, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to roadmaps, should you only put the things on that you can hit? And the answer I say is no. I think that it's important for the players of your game to know how close to hitting targets are you. And I think a big problem that a lot of studios have is they're like, well, we don't want people to think that we can't hit our deadlines. And that's not the problem. The problem isn't people thinking you can't hit your deadlines. The problem is you can't hit your deadlines. And I get it that I get that programmers want to say that what we do is so star-spangled awesome that we need to have a wider margin of error for our deliverables. And I say, well, why is what you do any more star-spangled awesome than what like a house contractor does? You know, they have mistakes, they have things they have to overcome. I think programmers don't like to hear that they have to be held accountable. There's nothing amazingly like impressive about programming in the grand scheme of things. And some people immediately get offended and like, well, can you do it? Be like, no. Can you do fuels quality testing? And they're going to be like, well, no, because exactly. We all have things that we're trained to do. We all have things we're not trained to do. I can't prepare seafood. I can cook a steak. I can't prepare seafood. I'm saying that these companies they're afraid of missing deadlines, but they shouldn't be afraid of missing deadlines to make their customers upset. They should really be afraid of missing deadlines because why are you missing deadlines? Why can't you hit? Why can't I hit you? Speaking of why can't I hit? These companies need to realize, yeah, there's a problem, and that problem is you're not hitting the mark. And people get pissed that they got false promises taken away. Well, hold on, I wanna hit you up on that one. What do you mean a false promise taken away? What's a false promise that got taken away? You can either hit a deadline or you can't. So like, I liken it to this. When you go to the airport, you don't go to the airport 5 days in a row and say, I might get on a plane today. You do if you're flying standby, but then you know you're flying standby, so you know that's what your particular trip is going to look like. I go to the airport and I know I'm getting on a plane right now. There's no dispute. I have a guaranteed seat on the plane. Like, what false promises? If a company says they're going to deliver X by Y, if it's Y and they haven't delivered, they're late. If when you get to Y, what they deliver isn't X, they failed to deliver. I know it's not an MMO, but the studio that does this best, in my opinion, is Black Matter, who makes Hell Let Loose. Hold on, let me put this up here. They give out yearly roadmap with categories of we're doing this for sure, and this is what we're aiming for, and they clear the first category and then move on to the next one. They don't hit every single one, but they hit 90% of them and show steady and measurable progress. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how you do it. Hey guys, we're the big part is once you're late, you're late. The roadmap did have tentative or committed on each item of the roadmap, and almost nothing that has been committed got moved. Well, that's my problem, because Star Citizen for years and years and years and years and years has been saying, this is what it's going to look like, 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 and they've never gotten close. Star Citizen is late. They are late. There is no There is no two ways to say it. If I say Star Citizen's late and you start justifying anything, the truth of the matter is you're justifying bad behavior. You know damn well that they're late. You know damn well that they're late, and yet you're still going to justify the fact. You're going to be like, oh, I mean, they did start adding a ton of things. Yeah, but the point is why add a ton of things until you deliver on the things that aren't done yet? The definition of feature creep, yeah, and that's where I was going with that. Deliver what you say you're going to deliver, and then add more stuff. They're 8 years late on Squadron 42. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. Hey, get back here. I shot you fair and square. Wait, the one I shot leashed, and then oh, that's right. The mob leashing is still doing the stupidity. The one that I leashed is now coming back. What Star Citizen is doing, saying I'll show up to pick you up at 7, and they call you at 9 and say, hey, where were you? And they're like mad. Oh, literally the time I set to, literally. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna pick you up at 7. It's 9 o'clock, and your plans are ruined. Well, I was just running a little late. Yeah, we had 7:45 tickets to the movie, bro. Can't just show up and you don't get to. They don't hold the movie for you. So the stuff, they've been putting all kinds of stuff on the roadmap and nothing ever show, and now they said they're only putting for sure things on the roadmap, and I'm saying that's better. Well, yeah, you shouldn't. The only thing that should be on your roadmap are the things that you're going to put effort into in the next 30, 60, 90, 120, 180, 365, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I mean, that's pretty standard. That's pretty standard game development. I'm only gonna put the stuff on that I know I'm gonna do. It's like I'm building a house and I might put a pool in. Well, I'm not gonna put the pool on the deliverables list until I've made the decision if I'm putting a pool in or not. You know? And then the land. Oh, you dirty bears. There's a bunch of people on the team of people building my house need to know if I'm putting in a pool or not. The landscaper being one of them, the foundation guy being one of them, because they need to know, is there going to be a giant walking ass hole in the backyard, or are they putting grass down? Oh. So Fractured is really a game where partying up is really useful, especially if you get somebody who takes one for the team and becomes a healer. The last time I was a healer, and that was fun. All right, let me look up the little bear. Let me look up the little bear, the black bear. Several species of birds exist. Some more aggressive. They usually hunted for their meat and fur, but can be trained as fighting pets. Excellent. The big rub for them has been getting their version of server meshing in. They literally can't put much more substance in the game without it. The pirate system is finished, but they're stuck in limbo until the meshing is in. I'm gonna say this. They should not be at the position where they're at if that's the problem they're having. That seems like a really bad problem to be having at this stage in development. I'm just saying. They shouldn't, like, how did we get here? Oh, that's how we got here. Well, that's not good. Alrighty. I need a bear head. I need a bear head. I need a horse. Do these little guys drop bear heads? Am I out of arrows? I didn't equip them. Tech debt is one of the biggest criticisms that community has. Well, yeah, and I mean, that's not an unfair criticism. I think that's a pretty fair one. How's the testing going? The testing's going good, man. I'm having a good time. I always have a good time with Fractured. I haven't done Archer yet to start before, and so this is the first time I'm doing Archer to start. and I like it. Who was my main archer in the guild last time? We had one person last time that went out of their way to get all the archer skills. So Threather, Empower. I don't know that as a primary name. That might have been somebody. That might have been somebody's friend. That might have been a friend of a friend. That's how we roll in Paradox. If it's like, it's Fight Club, man. As long as you know somebody in Fight Club, you can get an invitation to Fight Club. There's no Prometheus here. There's no Prometheus here. Uh-oh. Sorry, my kid sent me something. So. My kids. I love my kids. I love my children. You have a background in that kind of tech, right? Would you have any interest in a link to them talking about what they're implementing? Yeah, give that to Faye so that Faye can look at it, whether he wants it or not. Give it to Faye. That way when I have to ask a question, Faye, go get smart on their tech debt. Faye likes that sort of stuff. Wolves. We get more rocks so I can make more arrows. Hi. Kill the fox. Didn't really want to, but I wanted the knowledge points because you get the ID and the knowledge points. All right, where am I? Where am I? Where's everybody? It's dark and I hear laughing. Potato plant. Tech debt is just a fancy way of saying that you did a half-assed job, screwed your future self. No, that's not what tech debt is. That's not what tech debt is at all. That's not what tech debt is, and it's disingenuous to say that to people who don't know what tech debt really is. Tech debt is Team A developed something with the understanding that Team B was going to have something delivered, but Team B doesn't have it delivered, so now all Team A's work is sort of jacked up because Team A can't go any further because Team B hasn't delivered. It's kind of like this, to put it in a housing sort of deal. Your drywall team, your drywall delivery has been made. Your drywall delivery got made, but the roof's not on. So the drywallers can't hang the drywall because there's no fucking roof on the house. So that's kind of how that works. That's kind of how that works. Like, to say that you did a half-ass job isn't true. It can be, but it could also be a Team A got done. Did they not put a gate up? Oh no, the palisades. The people are like just chewing up. You guys are just getting stuff done. So, but no, this is looking pretty good. Also today I may play some Dying Light as well. 4,000 gold. I regret doing Archer. We'll do Mage instead. So, you guys know I like to share some stories about the real world, so you guys know that everybody has the same bullshit they're going through. My kid applied for a job, right? My kid applied for a job. And they told my kid, we need you we need you to put your 2 weeks notice in at your other job. And when you do that, we will then make you an offer. And my kid pokes me and it's like, is this right? And I'm like, no, that's not how that works at all. They make you an offer before they tell you how much they're going to pay you an hour before you put in your 2 weeks notice. And so very proud of my daughter. She contacted their HR department and said, this doesn't seem legal. And it's not. All right. So quest for knowledge, hunt black bears, discover spell swipe. Okay. Allowed weapons melee. Okay, so right off the bat, I want to say I don't think that this is a good quest for everybody to have, because you're making me spend 1,500 knowledge points as an archer in order to get through the tutorial. But I don't necessarily want swipe. So I'm hoping when they push forward with some more content in the starter area that there's if you're going to have a pre-build for ranged, then you shouldn't have to spend the points on a non-ranged ability. If that makes sense. One more. Abilities, presets. This new preset, I want to edit it, and I want to put swipe in. Save the preset. I want to rest. So I can learn this and clear this one off. But yeah, I don't think there should be a tutorial where I have to learn a melee ability as a ranger. Yeah. Explore the Goblin Hills, explore the bandit camps. Okay, so that's it. The tutorial's over. The tutorial is finished. We have done all of the tutorial stuff. Also realize that you do have a weight capacity in the game. So as you see, I have a lot of stuff here. I have stuff and things and things and stuff. There is weight. One of the things you'll notice is that, like, animal bones, I went from 75 to 64. I don't need the animal bones right now. Will you need the a lot of the animal bones for crafting? For enchanting? Yes, that's when you'll use them. Normally, early on in the game, what you would be doing is you would be going out to your city. We lived out here last time. There is as you can see, there is right here, there's an unclaimed city area. This is where we lived last time. Once the ports were open, it was really good because we could teleport around the world. In the future, we probably will not live all the way out there, because then it makes coming all the way down here, either you're paying for the boat, or you're just forever running around. So I see a group of people have put together a town other than the 2 developer towns. That's good. That's good. Even if you don't want to be a part, or if you want to live in a bigger house, you saw in the town there those little tiny houses. Out here, there's you can click on the house button. If I got 4,000 gold, I could claim this house. So there is housing. I have done videos on the housing. Those are over on my YouTube channel. If anybody's got any questions about Fractured, please throw them out. I am more than happy to talk the game. If you've got a specific question, don't be shy. My channel thrives on Q&A. So that's what we do. I still don't like where this is, but I think I'm going to do pop out. You want to pull the pop out down here? Yeah, that works. Yeah, the pop out over there is good. Pop out over there is going to be even better. So there we go. That'll work. No questions? You guys shock me. You guys are usually full of questions. Wild Rye. There it is. Another 250 points. What you really want to do is you want to spend your first couple of hours making sure that, like, I don't need potato plants. You want to get as many knowledge points as you can, get a couple of traits. When do you expect their next big test? I don't know when to expect their next big test. They obviously, like I said earlier today, they did something that a lot of places don't do. They actually gave a pretty good testing direction. They said, this is what we want you to test. We want you to test this. This is why we're testing. This is like, it's not just a, oh, hey, we're testing today. How did I miss that rabbit? It's not just a, oh, we're going to just LOL so randomly test. They're like, this is what we're testing. I think that's huge. Oh, there you go. New creature, rabbit. Rabbit's paw. Always good to have. So, I see somebody asking, I've heard you talk about Fractured on your other streams, but I haven't looked into it yet. I can see that it's isometric, seems medieval fantasy. What makes it different compared to similar games? Okay, so first of all, like I said, and I'm more than happy to go over it over and over and over again. In Fractured, you don't learn abilities just because you level, because there are no levels. There's knowledge points. You go out into the world and you hunt mobs, right? And as you hunt these mobs, like, I'll look up fox. Foxes don't teach any abilities. Young wolves. I've already learned the young wolf abilities, but I still have about 31% that I could get. Top. If you're going to start near the top. Black bears, I've already learned swipe. I know that there's this many other mobs out there to go learn. So I have a lot of the world left to explore. It's the same thing. No two characters are going to look the same because you have to buy your talent points. Now, I will say this. You don't think you can invite? You should be able to invite. You're an officer. You can invite. Just click on add member. So, I've bought one talent point and I've put it into True Striker. Or I've put it in Ranger style. Where's my... I put it in Ranger style. I need to get more talent points, but I don't have enough knowledge points. Like right now, I need 2,500 knowledge points, so I need to kill some stuff. Officer Grumpy, okay. I can do that. There you go. How do you find where specific mobs are if you want to farm for abilities? So that's a good question. Let me make sure that they haven't added something, but I think it's still a matter of you'll have to talk to people. Yeah, like Goblin War Chiefs. You have to know where the Goblin War Chiefs are, or the Skeleton Warriors. So you're going to need to make friends, and you're going to need to have a guild or have a community or have people that are willing to share information. But that's a great question. Obviously, when you look on the thing, like the Goblin Hills, chances are the Goblin Hills are going to have some goblins in it. But yeah, it's going to be a matter of who you know, and unfortunately, I think this is going to end up being one of those games that people complain about where they spend a lot of time alt-tabbed. How long is the test going for? The test goes until the 6th. So, till Sunday. Goes till Sunday. Sunday at, I don't have the time in front of me. What I was looking for was the time. 10 p.m. CET, 9 p.m. UTC. So about 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern for us American type peoples. Do you have a guild? We do have a guild. Are there more towns than the starter one? Right now, the only towns on the map are Suntown, Promolonia, and West. So do you need to buy a pack? No, not if you were registered on their website. So right now, there's only 3 towns, but this is, remember, this is also a shorter test. The last time, pretty much every town was taken by the end. We don't have a town, and I don't foresee us putting together a town this test, only because I don't want to drag the guild through what I call alpha burnout. We're gonna just showcase this off for a little bit, and then do some Ashes stuff. I might do some Dying Light, and then I might come back to this later tonight. This is one of those spot tests where I'm more than happy to cover it for a couple of hours, take a look at it. Plus, as a player, I'm like, okay, what are the changes? I'm really liking the changes I've seen. I like a lot of changes in the menus. I like the fact that a lot more of the talent tree is flushed out. So hope they don't do a 1-month test again. Keep it to a little shorter. I mean, I don't have a problem if they're going to do a 1-month test. So getting new abilities is like Blue Mage in Final Fantasy, or do you get them for defeating the enemies? Great question. You get them for defeating the enemies, not for getting hit with the abilities. So yes, absolutely. You it is when you kill them, not when you get hit by them. For those of you that aren't familiar with Blue Mage in Final Fantasy, you actually learn it on an RNG chance when you get hit with it. In Fractured, when you know the mobs, you will eventually learn, right? You will eventually learn. I will learn an ability, like here, Wolf. Wolf has 2 abilities. Oh, I like this. I really like this change. This is a good change. So previously, this would have had a question mark there. This would have had a question mark there, and you wouldn't have known what abilities were here. Now you can see the abilities, so you know if there's any value in you farming that mob for skills and abilities, or if it's only for farming knowledge points. So that's good. I like that change. Good changes. Also, you got to realize even the passive mobs you want to kill because they give you knowledge points. Oh, that's funny. I dragged that up to the top, and it caught OBS. Wow, Prometheus, if you're here, your mobs, oh, there they go. I think there's some server lag. You're gonna go to the Vale of Shadows. Good luck. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, there is definitely some server lag going on. Definitely some server lag. We're at 100%. Eat the carrots. You don't need that. You can destroy the ragged clothes. Just destroy the bones. Let me make, shafts, arrow shafts. Let me make those. Let me make stone arrowheads. Those juicy bunny paws, yeah. Okay, now. Arrows. Make more arrows. Another 400 arrows. So that should be good. What are the penalties for killing random players, like if I go on a spree? Well, if you go on a killing spree and somebody has a jail built, then you can go to jail. I'm going to be honest, I am not 100% all caught up on all the changes they made to PvP. I know that the last, and I do apologize for that. Normally I try to be up to date on all the changes in a game. Let me see if I can grab, I don't think I can grab those because the way they changed the website, they don't have the old stuff. Dev updates, crash, Small stones. No, those are posts. Roadmap to the fall alpha. Let me see. Poor PvP balancing. Where is it? Okay, yeah, they somewhere along the line, Prometheus had talked about the changes to PvP, but I don't have that. I don't have that at my fingertips. But yeah, there is a penalty. Your part of it's karma. Part of the penalty is tied into your karma, and if you're of a certain karma, then you can be put in jail. You're also, if your karma is low enough, you can be killed on sight. That's part of it. We're definitely experiencing some server latency and lag spikes to a mysterious amount of commands being sent. So I wonder if somebody's trying to DDoS their server. So some friendly advice. Used to main New World, but a game went to shit. Do you think Lost Ark is worth getting a try despite my dislike for Top 10 games? So I'm going to say this. No, I don't think Lost Ark is where you want to go. And the reason why I don't think Lost Ark is where you want to go is, oh, they say we are investigating this, probably a bug and not a DDoS, although we can't tell yet. I don't think Lost Ark is where you want to go, because Lost Ark is an isometric downward looking game that everybody is trying to talk up. And I keep telling people, stop talking up Lost Ark, because there's the PvP in Lost Ark is all AoE. It's like Elyon. It's like BDO. There's no skill required. If every ability you do is throwing AoEs, then it's just a matter of running your rotation with your biggest AoEs down to your smallest AoEs. That's not skill. And anybody who tries to tell me that's a skill-based game, I'm going to just shake my head and not engage with you, because I do not think spamming AoE abilities is top tier gameplay. But if you're bored and you have nothing else to play, then the answer is sure. Go ahead and play it, because it'll be something that keeps you busy for, even if it's free to play and it keeps you busy for 2 weeks. Assuming the talent tree can't be completely filled in, correct. Is it per creature type? What happens once you get 100% bar? Once you get 100% of a mob, you no longer get knowledge points for killing that mob. So after that, there's these things on the map, right? And they drop lost tails. So you've got the bestiary, which can take any of these up to 100%. You've got resources. The first time you discover a resource, you get knowledge points, and so you want to make sure that you find all of the resources. And then there's the Book of Lost Tales, and there's the Tales of the Veil, Rise and Fall of Heartwood, and the Histories of Ancient Myr. When you do that, you're going to get scrolls. Those scrolls lead to knowledge points. But no, there is a hard cap on knowledge points. So even the good news is that the servers aren't crashing even with 150,000 commands per second. So somebody's definitely DDoSing their servers, or they've got a bug that's causing them to they have a bug that's causing them to have some sort of infinite amount of commands are being sent. I will definitely take that. Mana regen, tasty. The only game you have to fall back on is Genshin Impact. I'm so sorry that you live in a world where that's your fallback game. Yeah, the server is being affected because the mobs aren't running. But no, the talent tree cannot be completely filled. But hold on, let me make sure that I clarify something. So abilities, you unlock them, right? You unlock an ability. That's it. You unlock the ability. The knowledge points are spent and the ability's unlocked. So you need to be careful how many abilities you unlock. The talents, on the other hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to presets and I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to rename this Archer. Right? And so I'm going to buy another talent point. And then I'm going to put another talent point in Ranger style. I'm going to hit save. But now I'm going to do a new preset, and I'm going to call this Mage. Right? Now you'll notice that I have 2 talent points. So I can put these 2 talent points over here. So your talent points, you can have, I think 5 you can have 5 different talent presets. Ability presets are different. Once you learn the ability, that's it. You own the ability, but you have to make the choice. Does that mean that certain people are going to have an advantage because they only go abilities that for their class? So they only go magic, they only go healer, they only go ranger, and then all of their other points go into talents? Sure, they're going to have that advantage, but you know, that's the difference between depth or breadth. How deep to one class are you, or how versatile are you? Like the guys that played Fractured will tell you, it is a little nerve-wracking relying on a healer, especially if your armor and weapon combination gives you access to a heal. You really, 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 really want to have your own heal. Not that you don't trust your healer, but you don't want to die. You don't want to get knocked down. And then when you get up, your bar will be filled with fatigue. You have to go rest that off. So there are people who are like, man, I want my own heals. You'll also notice, that you have Q, W, E, R, T, D, F, and G, and that is what you have. That is what you have to put abilities on. So certain abilities are worth more than others. I don't think I have. Do I have any yet that are like that? Presets, edit. 2, 2, 1. Yeah, so you'll see this is worth 2, this is worth 2. I can have up to 15 abilities, 15 points worth of abilities in my Ranger kit, right? Ranger. But some of these are 6. I don't have any of them unlocked yet. So you'd be like 6, 6, 6. I can't do that because 6 and 6 is 12. So you do get limited that way as well. What did we find out the last time? It's your intelligence. So it's your intelligence that determines how many skill points you can have. Yeah, some people dropped their int down to 10, and then they found out their builds were really small. So, but yeah, you can respec your builds. Like for example, my carry weight is 90. If I do this, my carry weight goes up to 96. So you unlock both abilities and talents with knowledge. Yes, they do. Do I have any MMO recommendations that I can look out for that are out now? No, I don't, because if there were any MMOs that I could recommend, I wouldn't be testing so many games and promoting so many games that are in development. I'd be playing a good MMO. So yeah, unfortunately, no, there's really not. I remember being big tanky boy with you guys a few alphas ago. It was lots of fun. The Dragon Maze area was cool, but I think got zerged by Big Guild. Yeah, so that's one of the things I already talked about, but I'm glad you bring it up. The constant. Remember, guys, everybody talks about they want a PvP game. They want a PvP game. They want a PvP game, and everybody talks about it all the time. I want a PvP game. However, why is it when you want a PvP game, then you don't treat it like a PvP game, you treat it like a Zerg game, and you basically drive people out of the game? The thing about a PvP game is that for it to be a meaningful PvP game, there has to be people to PvP. If you drive all of the people out of the game, then don't complain that you're bored. So, then they never PvP. That's 100%. That's facts right there. Here, we're going to do that. We're going to just clip that. We're going to clip it. But that's the problem. Like, for example, right? I've told, and my guild knows this. If we're playing Ashes and we're out as a group, we're in a traveling posse, and we come across a caravan that's only being defended by 5 people. I'm not, and when we're 40. Unless that's our enemy guild, right? Unless that's an enemy, unless that's a known like adversary, I'm not going to allow my 40-man guild to roll over a caravan. If there's 5, I'm not saying that I'm only going to send 5, right? If you've got caravan guards, I might say, like, you know, Falco from the replacements. Besides me, who really wants the ball, right? And you're like, I want the ball. Okay, you're a party leader. Take your party and go hit that caravan. And then we're just going to stand there and fair fight it up. And people are like, well, why would you do that? It's because we're there to have fun. We're not there to, I don't think zerging is fun. We might even go defend it if it's on our way. Yeah, I mean, if we come across, exactly, if we come across a caravan and it's on our way, and if we come across a caravan that's clearly being zerged, we're going to jump in there and defend it. Why? Because that's content. Because that is something to do. But no, we don't tolerate zerging, because what zerging does is it forces everybody else to zerg. Zerging is ultimately the nuclear arms. Zerging is ultimately the nuclear arms race. Because you zerg, other people zerg. And because other people zerg, now everybody has to zerg. Because now nobody's doing any real PvPing. Everybody is just constantly, never-ending, more and more numbers, more and more zergs. I would rather have a good fight. I would rather have a good fight that I lose than a win because I won by zerging. Now, I'll say in some games, people don't understand that that's not a possible alternative. Oh, I hate these guys. These guys are the ones that heal constantly. Oh, and now he's got friends. There are games where you have to zerg because that is the nature of the beast. EVE Online, unfortunately, is you gotta zerg, because even if you're going into enemy hostile territory, all you have is what you have. There are no respawns. There are no reses. Your ship got blown up. Hope you can get your pod out. It reminds me of Rust and how it turned into a game of who's got the biggest group, but putting group restrictions made it really fun, like 3 max team size. It's very hard to balance. Well, yeah, that's the... See, the problem is people want emergent gameplay. I hear emergent gameplay all the time. In fact, emergent gameplay came up Wednesday, right? We were talking about the games with the biggest emergent gameplay, because we were talking about theme boxes versus theme parks versus sandboxes versus sand parks, and it boils down to emergent gameplay. Well, if you see somebody in Rust with a base that's defended by 3 people, well, the base gives them a certain advantage. But don't send 40 people to knock down a base that's being guarded by 3 guys. And if you do, that's fine, but then don't complain that there's no emergent gameplay. Don't complain that there's no this is good or this is bad or this is the other, because you're part of the problem. I also want to remind people, just for the record, you can't zerg on defense, okay? The defenders can't zerg. If I have a castle and I have 250 people in it and you want to come take it, you are trying to take my objective. I have 250 defenders. You only have 100 attackers. I'm sorry, this isn't a rando fight. This is a fight over an objective. The opposite is also true. If it's a meaningful objective and you only have 100 defenders, but the system allows you to bring 250 attackers, don't complain that you got zerged. Really focus on your own numbers and be like, why did your garrison guild try to hold a castle if the only amount of defenders you could put together was 100? Some people are going to say, well, content should be available for everybody. Yeah, you got to remember that's not random run-of-the-mill out there in the open world content. That is meaningful content. That is objective-based content, and you lost. Hold on. That is why I always respect a guild that is able to take over everything, but doesn't do it for the games. That's, yeah, exactly. It's like I tell people, right? I tell people all the time. You want to run around and be a murder hobo, that's fine. Run around and be a murder hobo, because I don't pay your subscription, so I don't tell you what to do. But when you run around and you are a murder hobo and then the game dies, the only person you have to blame is yourself. Like all the Arcage players. All the Arcage players that complain that Arcage died. Okay, Arcage died. Why did Arcage die? Because people couldn't level up, because when they would go into the leveling zones, they would get killed. They'd be level 30 and they'd get killed by a level 50. So then I'd say, well, you were the level 50 running around killing level 30s. Well, yeah, because I thought it was funny. That's fine. You thought it was funny. Now you've got 15,000 hours in a game, right, that nobody plays because they didn't find it enjoyable. Same thing with Fractured. I hope that the people in Fractured will be responsible. That's a lot of trees in a ring. I hope the people in Fractured will be responsible enough to know just because you can kill someone doesn't mean that you need to kill someone. Okay, that's a problem because they just ran right through that. Just because you can kill the person doesn't mean you need to. Now, and that's, you know, you say to people, like, there's nothing wrong with sending somebody a message and being like, hey, I just want to let you know that you are like in the way wrong area. I also want to let you know that I have to kill 6, like, for example, I want to let you know that I have to kill 6 more goblin chiefs. I have to kill 6 more goblin chiefs. If you kill any more goblin chiefs while I'm out here killing my 6 more, then I'm going to kill you because you are now competing with a tangible resource with me. I have 6 more to kill. When I have killed them, I will let you know. Delete that. I need 10. I thought it was 5. So I need to kill 6 more. Or maybe you make a new friend and you say, hey, why don't we team up? Because I need to kill 6 more. Teaming up with you means I'll have to kill 9 more, but then you and I aren't fighting over mobs. Oh my god, you mean you had a temporary alliance with somebody in an MMO? Say it isn't so. What is this insanity that Jahlon is talking about? Arcage died because the game sucked, not because people killed each other. No, Arcage died because their player retention funnel and their player acquisition funnel didn't work. Arcage didn't suck as a game, and if you think it sucked as a game, then you just are baselessly negative because Arcage remained in the top 15 for Korean games for like 8 years. So Arcage didn't suck as a game. Even with the piss poor monetization, Arcage didn't suck as a game. Arcage didn't have enough new blood in the game. That is not the game sucks problem. That is a player acquisition and player retention problem. If Arcage sucked, why is it until this most recent time where Kakao did a fresh start, why were the fresh start servers always a big deal? For a game that sucks, that doesn't seem like that adds up because the game didn't suck. Now with what Kakao did, Kakao fucked up. Kakao didn't and that's Kakao, Gamigo, My.Games, Nexon. The problem I have with all those companies is that they don't learn the product they have. Community managers are not salespeople. Community managers aren't there to try to get people to sell the game. That's what the marketing department does. The community managers should know the game inside and out. Like, if you don't know the game inside and out, how can you manage a community of people? Like, you know, you need to know the game to talk the game. Arcage was a great game. Arcage was a great game for years. People still talk about ArcAge. In fact, there are still people who play ArcAge. Those people have the sunk cost fallacy going on. Those people continue to play ArcAge because... Did you really enjoy the classes in Gear Balance, Gold Dupes at Launch, Labor, and Pay to Win? Did I enjoy the classes in Gear Balance? Yes. Why would I not? You can go on my YouTube and you can see that as my cleric, I PvP'd 15 people. I loved the fact that to take down a cleric was like taking down a mini boss. I love the fact that there are stupid mages that are hitting a cleric with damage cycle, basically damage received cycle, and the mages don't realize they're feeding me hit points because they don't understand the builds, because mages are brain dead, occultists are brain dead, skull knights are brain dead. Gold dupes at launch? No, of course nobody enjoys gold dupes at launch. The fact that Gamigo tried to, the fact that Cacao tried to make a huge deal of the fact that they just removed 229 billion in duped gold, and they released that as a statement, as a news release. You don't get credit for that, Gamigo. You shouldn't, that should never be a thing, because how does your GM tools, how does your server management tool, how does your world manager not have a simple tracker, right? And Faye can talk more on this, but when in my opinion, when every GM logs in, there should be a status in their corner of their monitor that has 2 facts in it. The last 6-hour interval amount of gold in circulation was X. The new running gold in circulation is Y. A GM logs into, let's say, Airy Peak. It's an old WoW server. GM logs into Airy Peak, and yesterday, or the last 6-hour check, there was 100 billion in gold in circulation. And now there's 540 billion gold in circulation. That's when the GM says, we got a problem. Something's going on, but where's all the gold coming? Now you start looking, where's all the gold coming from? But I played ArcAge from launch. I played ArcAge for like 4 years. Thought the game was good. The reason I left ArcAge was their inability to balance. ArcAge and XL Games' decision to balance was like putting Rosie O'Donnell on one side of a teeter-totter and a 5-year-old on the other. Clerics can't be killed, so our plan is to reduce clerics self-healing by 30%. Okay, so when I heal you for 1,000, but when I heal myself, I heal for 700. Nah, that shit doesn't even make any sort of sense. I don't have any problem with you reducing my healing, but reduce my healing across the board. The reason why they didn't do it is because they wouldn't have been able to, people wouldn't have been able to do the PvE content. They're like, well, clerics are too easy to kill. Well, I don't know. Why don't you try balancing them? Instead, what they did is they made clerics unable to self-sustain. It all goes back to the idea of how should balance work. If you believe that clerics should die or healers should die 1v1 at level 50 against damage dealers, then just say that. But then realize you're not going to have people playing healer. So, but that didn't happen until, what was that, 4.5? No, 6.0? So that was a long time into the game before that happened. And pay to win? Do I like pay to win? No. But do I bitch about pay to win in a free-to-play game? No. Because what's always going to be in free-to-play games? Pay to win is always going to be present in free-to-play games. Pay to win will always be present in free-to-play games in one shape, form, or the other. I used to think that somebody said, well, there's no pay to win in League of Legends. And then I found out there actually technically is pay to ... It's not pay to win, although a little bit is, because, and someone was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, look, I don't play League. But they're like, you can level up your character, and I was like, yeah, but does that do anything? CS:GO doesn't have pay to win. Is CS:GO a free to play game? I thought CS:GO has a box price. I didn't know CS:GO was free. They went free to play. Okay, well then what's in their cash shop? Or did CSGO make all the money they needed off of their box price? What do they sell in their cash shop? Skins, lots of them, but nothing. Well, so first of all, just so we're clear, we're going to talk about CSGO, but CSGO doesn't count because CSGO went free to play. They didn't start free to play. So they offset all of their development costs by box price sales. You have Guild Wars 2 all in. Guild Wars 2 is not free to play. Guild Wars 2, you have to buy the expansions. So again, Guild Wars 2 is not a free to play game. Guild Wars 2 is a buy to play game, right? People got to be careful with that. The Dota 2 is pay to. Some of the CSGO skins are ungodly expensive, but is all they sell skins. That's the only thing they sell is skins. They don't sell anything else. Sure, you have to buy X packs, but base and core is free to play. Right. You're wrong. Accept it. You're trying to take Guild Wars 2 and you're trying to put it into it's free to play. It is not free to play. Guild Wars 2, you have to buy the expansions, which means the expansions have already been paid off. All of the development price has already been paid off by the previous sales. It's just like Final Fantasy, the core game, you can play to 60 now for free. That's fine. But when you want to go to the expansions, you have to pay for the expansions. When you want to play the rest of the game, you have to pay it. Isn't Fortnite free to play? No, Fortnite is not free to play. Fortnite was built on, all of Fortnite was built around the Defend the World model. Then they opened up the Battle Royale. Remember, Fortnite was a up to 4-person PvE game for a long time. And then they happened to hit the magic sauce. Also, remember, Fortnite came about from a company that also designs a game engine. Epic Games designs Unreal Engine. That's also why they got rid of Paragon, because they were making enough money with the engine and Fortnite in skins, because they had already had their engine, they already had their development money, and Fortnite as a game was built off Save the World. It's exactly what I thought they should do, which is to farm out all the interesting, great. Words I don't know. Words I don't know, and really at the moment, words I don't care. But I'll read that later. That's big words. What are you doing? Oh, because I'm blind. Blinding me. So yeah, oh, he blinded me again. So as you guys can, blinded me again. So as you guys can see, this is where teamwork makes the dream work. We usually come up here as a group. I'm not gonna stay in Fractured all day. I just wanted to check out Fractured. No, I'm getting shot. We're gonna die. Oh, he's gonna assassinate me, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, the wolf knocked me out. Yeah, this is almost. So, you will get up in 22 seconds. Do you see that little purple at the end of my health bar? I lose that much health now, because I'm fatigued. I have to go and rest at a town's fire. Can't rest at a fire, out in the woods. Also, I could surrender and respawn at the last shrine or the closest city, but I'll drop all my stuff. So one of the things you want to keep in mind is now that I'm up. No, I don't have to pick up Gizmo. She was out of school today. Thank you, phone. So one of the things you want to keep in mind is now, now I don't have all of my hit points. Oh, go away! Go away! Stop it! Aggro. Buggy aggro again. You have to keep that in mind. If you get knocked down too many times, then you will automatically respawn, and you got to have somebody in your party that can loot your gear. So keep that in mind. Do you know how Ashes will handle healer balancing? What do you mean? Ashes isn't being balanced on 1v1, so healers may not be able to be killed 1v1, simply because They're not worried about 1v1 because it's not a 1v1 combat game. Their Ashes of Creation is balancing on 8v8 and bigger. I noticed melee is very nice early to train talents if you want to save your points and decide later on what to spend on. First time I played as a mage, I found it a lot harder to train solo. Yeah, I mean, that is always one of the big things. Melee is very stocky early on. Basically what you want to do, and this isn't a single, see, Fractured isn't one of these new fangled MMOs that's trying to develop a single player experience alongside with a group dynamic. That's not what they're delivering. It's not what they're trying to deliver. Fractured is a adventuring game. You'll also notice, because there's no levels, somebody that has less talent points than me could suddenly come along and join me on my next adventure. It's kind of like what Chronicles of Illyria was trying to do, and they were failing at. But you don't have to, like, it's not like you have to go through 25 levels of stupidity in order to catch up to your friends. If somebody were to log in right now and say, hey, I need to go up to the goblin area, they could go with me. I have a couple of talent points ahead of them, but they could come up there with me. There's not this area is blocked until you do X, Y, and Z. Your guildmate dropped $23,000. So, wouldn't that be an exploit for PvC systems? You pick healer and climb 1v1 arena since you can't get killed. Why? How would that? First of all, use the word exploit. How is it an exploit if it's a design decision? Second of all, we don't know that 1v1 arenas specifically are going to, we don't know if 1v1 arenas are going to apply to your PvP season. It would make sense that 1v1 arenas don't apply to your PvP season specifically because they're not balancing for 1v1. So then why would I do 1v1? So you can get used to practicing your class against random fights. And of course, if that becomes an issue, then you turn around and you say, hey, Steven, this is a problem. But be very careful with the word exploit. Exploit gets thrown around so much, and that's not an exploit. If I'm playing healer, because it's not like playing healer levels your account. So you're logging in, you're racing up the ranks in healer to get something for your account that then gets, and you're not actually a healer. That you got to be careful with the phrase exploit. Exploits just bug related? Not necessarily. Can't blame the player for bad design. So you're right, but not every single exploit is bug related. There are some times where it's just you're doing something in an unintended fashion, like Arcage in Greater Howling Abyss. On the water boss, there's a ledge you can stand on. If you stand on the ledge, you don't have to do the water mechanic. It's not an exploit because you're not doing anything you're not supposed to do. Yeah, if the devs made it so I can buy an item for 100 and sell it back for 120, that's a bug. Faye would disagree with me, and when Faye does a show, he can call whatever he wants a bug. But on my show, I'm going to say that's a bug. It's a typo. It's still a bug. Somebody meant to put in, you sell it for 120, you buy it for 100. Edit this. Save preset. Oh, it has one talent. Let me edit this. Buy another talent point since I'm here. Buy that. Save preset. Memorize this one. Okay. Crafting iron daggers in Skyrim and selling back in the day got you 100 smithing fast. Yeah. And that shouldn't be the case. There's been a lot of games that have had that. A whole lot of them. Personally, I'd say that's stretching the word bug a little too hard. No, it's not. It's a typo. It's not stretching the word bug a little too hard. A typo is a bug. Because then, ready? If you say that that's not a bug, then the gameplay bugs in both Alien Colonial Marines and Civilization 6 can't be called bugs, even though the gameplay drastically changed due to typos. In Aliens Colonial Marines, what happened was, I own a house now. In Alien Colonial Marines, what happened is they misspelled the word tether. So the xenomorphs could only walk 3 steps away from their spawn point, and then they tethered back because the word tether was spelled wrong. So instead of giving them a 40 meter or 50 meter tether, the default tether was 3 meters. That's why if you ever play that game, literally, the xenomorph does this. The xenomorph spawns here, runs at you, and turns around and runs back. And so in Alien Colonial Marines, the humans are actually harder to kill than the damn aliens. Well, the problem is that they had a typo. They didn't discover the typo until the game was basically insolvent. Civilization 6 had the same thing. They had the word yield misspelled. Well, people couldn't figure out why in Civilization 6 the AI got so stupid. Well, the AI got stupid because there was a typo. I am inside my own land parcel. The claim is too small to build this. So all I can build is I can build a 2-person house. I'm not going to go through the process of building a house, but I do want, does anybody got a house built? Yeah, as you can see, you got different people in different stages of house building today. I've done videos on the house building. There's Slacker. What's up, Slacker? We'll cover building houses again. You know, you probably will be able to counter healers in 1v1 if you have gear advantage and spec heal debuffs. Then you're not countering the healer. Just so we're clear, Nova. That's not countering the healer. That's out gearing the healer. So, if you need a gear advantage, to do it, you didn't counter him. That's not class countering. That's gear countering. Living in a gazebo. No, it actually turns out to be like this. I mean, these are pretty nice houses. If you're a PvPer, do you still want furnaces, advanced furnaces all over your plot? Well, remember, I would not recommend, and this is just me, I would not recommend spending the next 2 days going hardcore building furnaces, and smelting, because it's only a 2-day test. It's only a 2-day test, and that is unfortunately what leads people to alpha burnout, because you're gonna play for 14 hours, you're gonna build your house, and then you're gonna be like, shit, I gotta do it again. So looking at what the changes are, well, remember, this today is not a content test. Today, this is not a content test. This is a, I closed it. Today's test is, they're testing the back end. And what I really like is they took the time to put this, they put this together, but the big one is what needs testing. And they said what needs testing is the back end. Also, auto run moves your characters when holding the left mouse button. I want to know what the auto run button is. Controls. Auto run, left control. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is brilliant. I love that. For those of you that don't know what that is, I just hit left control and whatever direction I turn my mouse. Oh, I love it. I love it. Toggle combat mode prevents interaction with the world. No, not that button. Settings. Toggle aggression. Toggle combat mode. Okay, so I can harvest that. Oh, that's awesome, guys. So what you got, those of you that are familiar with isometric downward looking games, one of the problems is when you get into combat, if I clicked over here, I wouldn't move, right? So if I turn this back on, So if I click over here and I'm running and I'm chasing you, I stop, right? So I'm running this way. So yeah, I'm chasing you, pretend I'm chasing you. We're going this way, and then I do this, and then I end up stopping, you get away. If I hit the space bar, now I can cursor over the gatherables, so that's really good. That's a really, really, really good change. Really, really good change. Attack animations are now faster, but there's a cooldown before the next attack. You no longer can gain attack speed with slow weapons exploiting animation canceling. Yes, that is true. So that is a good change as well. Oh, no. Come down here. Annette, we're gonna try. I always suck at this. Where is it? Oh, crafting net. Tools and weapons. Where the fuck is it? Animal net. Oh, I don't have enough rope. What are we doing? Okay. So. Capture horse. Yeah, we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to capture the horse. I always suck at this. Usually my guild brings me. So, my guild knows me. I know my guild. It's usually when we play Fractured, my guild goes out and they gather a bunch of horses and somebody meets me at the starter area. They're like, here, Jay, you suck. You suck at this, have a horse. And I'm like, what are you trying to say about me? And they're like, I'm trying to say that you suck. I'm trying to say that you suck at capturing horses. Okay. Turn off my abilities so I don't hit the horse. Give me a horse. Oh, that other horse is getting away. Come here. Come here. Come here. You look like a good horse. A very good horse. Taming attempt failed. Oh no. Give me the horse. Okay. So now I got some horses. Let's see. What do I got? I got strength 16, dex 15. I got strength 16, dex 10. So you're going to be my horse. Now, I love this. And isometric downward looking games very, very rarely do this well. Ready? Very rarely do this well. They very rarely do mounts well. And this in Fractured gets this done right. And I think it's very good. Let me do one thing real quick. I'm gonna take a real quick, like, couple of minute. I'm not even gonna take a couple of minute break. I'm going to be right back, and then we're gonna do a little bit more Fractured as long as people have questions. So let me walk away for real quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'll just wait for my flying dragon mount I bought with premium. No. No flying dragon mount that you bought with premium. So, yes, absolutely. Having a horse makes your life so much better. Let me do this. So, make sure people know I'm live. Just wait for my flying dragon mount. Yeah, flying dragon mount. I am interested. One thing I will admit, and I am a little worried about, is they talk about knowledge point increase with their VIP system, and that is one thing that I want to make sure that they recognize. Whoa, that was tasty. Might be a little bit AFK. You forgot how hard the goblins were? I told you, man. I went up there and I left because the goblins were hitting me kind of hard. I'm gonna try to go to where the spiders are so that I can get some knowledge points. But yeah, I'm hoping next time we can do some I want to do some guides next time, but we're gonna need the guild for that. Show people like this is the most optimal way, because remember, you got your mages, and your mages need their fireball and their fire totem, because until they have those, your mages are basically hitting like a wet noodle. Come back! Why you leave me? Now I can also try this version. Awesome. I tested alpha thanks to you. You tested alpha thanks to me, and oh, hi. No, that's a dire wolf. Oh, that didn't do much. Run. Yeah, that's... Oh, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, he's gonna chew me alive, because... My bet... Oh, yeah, he's not... He's, Yeah, he's not a happy guy. Yeah, you need to go leash. I'm not ready to be killing you. You want a key 1.5 years ago? Awesome. Unfortunately, guys, like I said, oh, you should probably know they tuned up direwolves. Oh, good to know. I do want to remind you guys that I used to have a discount code. Code Jahlon used to save you 10% at checkout. Unfortunately, they moved off the Exola store, and so I no longer can save you any money. I do want to say thank you to everybody who ever did buy a pack through me. You guys, earlier in the show, you guys heard me say that I just spent a bunch of money. I just hired a composer for 10 more jazz songs. I have a jazz composer, and I really hope that I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that real life is just kicking him in the nuts. So I'm not going to cancel out his order. Because that affects his Fiverr rating. But if he doesn't deliver by the time he's had a month to deliver 4 tracks and he hasn't. He said that I was going to get one last week and I haven't. I went through his reviews. He's never done this to me before, but I saw in some reviews he's done this to some other people. Not a good plan. What's the VIP system? The VIP is their optional subscription. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Fractured MMO VIPs. What do you mean yikes? Honestly, what do you mean yikes? Companies need to make money too. Additional learning slots, additional knowledge point gain, discount on store items, and unique cosmetics. The only thing is, the only thing is that the knowledge base, as long as it only speeds up how many mobs you have to kill and it doesn't give you actually more. Do I have a background in accounting? Yes, I do. My background in accounting is that I absolutely positively despise the accrual method of accounting. So all of my business is run on the cash method. And people always tell me that I could be making more money or saving more money, and then I constantly ask them how much money they have, and they don't want to have that discussion. So I find running everything on the cash method of accounting is great because you always know how much money you have and how much money you can spend. But I mean, if you need to ask me a specific question about accounting, I'll take a stab at it. Why not go sub-based instead? So going, and we've talked about this on the show in the past, going sub-based means your barrier to entry is higher. It also means your player retention has to be higher. Because if you have a box-priced game, if you have a box price with an optional cash shop, it means people who buy the box can play and your player count stays healthy. And then the people who want the advantage can pay for it. I have to find fraudulent journal entries, but I have no idea what to look for. No idea if you're even to help with that, but help is necessary. So I know, are you in accounting 101 or are you in a higher level? First of all, are you in accounting 101 or are you in a higher level accounting? That sounds like you're in accounting 101. You're in introduction to accounting, but I want to make sure I know where my feet are before I answer the next part. Have I heard solo's going free to play 24 February? Higher level accounting? Okay. Like master's level? Then I'm not going to be able to help you at that point. If you're in master's level accounting, you should have done fraudulent entries earlier on. But yeah, I'm not going to be, that's well above my punching grade, at master's level accounting. Yeah, no. I thought if you were in like the 100 or the 102, I could help you with that, but no, I don't have that level of experience with accounting. Yikes. Have I heard solo's going free to play 24 February? Will you give it a chance? No, I gave solo a chance. I have solo. I have solo. And I didn't find solo enjoyable. And the reason why I didn't find solo enjoyable, I felt like they rushed solo and they did a really bad localization just for the sake of pushing it out. Like you guys, I don't know how many of you watch TikToks. I love TikTok. TikTok makes me smile. Like one of the common TikToks is, why is this guy running? Is someone chasing you? Oh shit, we're chasing you. Why are you releasing? Is somebody beating on your door? Like, are your creditors at your door and you need to make money today? Because if not, why are you releasing your game if it's not ready? So everyone in the class I talked to is stuck on it. The professor fucked up by making the first two parts easy and unrelated. They hit us with this part. Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with Faye. That is a common problem that happens in a lot of times. Teachers don't realize it. I mean, as a former teacher, sometimes I do recognize you make the two examples like really easy, and then you make the practical application like way too fucking hard. My daughter, and ironically, my daughter just had that this morning. They were doing like greater than or less than, and then all of a sudden it was like whole numbers greater than or less than for all the teaching in class today, and then the homework was fractions. My daughter was momentarily confused. So sometimes teachers aren't infallible. TikTok's algorithm is crazy good. In fact, I was just yesterday I wrote like 3,000 words into my content creator guide on marketing. One of the things I keep seeing content creators tell other content creators is the way to be successful on Twitch is to start making TikToks. No. And they're like, well, that's what I did. Really? Really? And then I look at their channel and I'm like, you still only have, they're like, well, I get a lot of views on TikTok. And I'm like, okay, but we're looking at your Twitch account, and your Twitch account has the same 3 viewers. And they're like, well, yeah, but I get a lot of views on TikTok. Yeah, because you're a successful TikToker. Just because you're a crazy TikToker doesn't mean you're going to be an amazing Twitch streamer. So the advice of go do X to improve Y, no, treat each platform appropriately. Treat Twitch like Twitch, treat TikTok like TikTok, treat YouTube like YouTube, and realize you might get some bleed over, but very little. People are like, well, I saw somebody do X. Well, then, okay, then go do it. Then go do it. And come back and show me when you've done it. Where am I? Oh, this is west. Okay. Could be instructed to put imaginary problem answer online and then put problem on work to see how many Google to get the answer. Yeah, I have seen that. In fact, funny enough, the community helped me relearn how to do a piece of chemistry, and my daughter had been Googling that, and that's exactly what the teacher did. The teacher put in the search term from the instructions, found the problem that popped up, put that problem on the homework so the kids could follow one along and then the other ones weren't. It wasn't that difficult. It's just a matter of these kids, like, these kids nowadays, they treat school like a joke. And I think a lot of them are going to be in for a rude awakening when they get to college, because if Carthos is around, sometimes Carthos is here. College isn't to teach you shit. College is there to teach you how to teach yourself. And these kids are so used to being spoon-fed and led by the nose from 1 to 2 to 3 that when you throw them in a pool of numbers and say find it, they're like, I don't know how to do it. That's a hell of a lot different than master's level accounting. I hated accounting. I absolutely hated it. But I hate accounting simply because of the accrual method. I hate the accrual method. And if you can't do the accrual method, you're not going to go very far in accounting, because that's how all US. That's how all US taxes are derived around. Depreciation and, like, if you think about it, the entire tax code is just bullshit. You actually get penalized if you run the cash method of accounting. But the cash method of accounting will actually let you know how much money you're making. You guys don't know what I mean by that. The cash method of accounting is, I paid a Fiverr artist today, so I deducted the money out today, because I paid for it today. In the accrual method of accounting, you wouldn't pay them until delivery. So if they deliver over 2 years, you can 50% in 1 year, 50% in another. It's all about maximizing your deductibles to keep your taxes low. I'm not really that particularly concerned about fucking around with the taxes. It wouldn't be bad if it was the other parts tied to the third part, but it was like parts 1 and 2 were crank level and part 3 is SS rank. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. Absolutely what you're saying. What you're saying is that it was like, thanks for giving me 2 samples. Thanks for giving me 2 examples. But now, could you please tone this one down by half so that I can, you know, crawl, walk, run. Basically, you're saying what your professor did was crawl, Usain Bolt, which a lot of professors do that. I love paying taxes to the US while living in the EU. Can't tell why. Are you an American citizen? Because if you're an American citizen, that makes sense. You owe Uncle Sam money no matter where you are. That's exactly what happened? Yeah, I figured. It's not hard to figure out what happened there. You're not? And why are you paying? Hold on. We're going to talk about Jesse's problem. For real quick. Why are you paying taxes to the US if you're European and you're living in Europe? That hurt. I'm very confused. Your dad has a bachelor's in accounting and has a perfect credit score, and his net worth is 1.5 million. One of those things in that statement is a lie. Because anybody with a bachelor's in accounting wouldn't have a perfect credit score. Because anybody with a bachelor's in accounting would know you don't want a perfect credit score. Why are you chasing me? Stop it, I can't kill you. The only perfect credit score is not having credit. Because believe it or not, you don't want a perfect credit score. You don't want a perfect credit score. Your dad is a master's in accounting. He hasn't been above 600 for as long as I'm aware, and his net worth is negative. Here's the trick about credit scores. Everybody talks about your credit score this, your credit score that. Your credit score shouldn't be perfect, because if your credit score is perfect, you don't have credit. Your credit is actually affected by how much debt to income ratio you carry. They want to see that you actually have credit score. If you're not American, you won't understand what a credit score is. So if you're not American, don't worry about it. But it's basically how much income do you have versus how much debt do you take, and how much do you owe to other people. For example, I tell people all the time, they're like, I want to buy a house. Great, what's your annual income? They're like, after taxes, $33,000. Well, then buy a $99,000 house. They're like, I can't find a nice house for $99,000. I said, I know. That's why you're not supposed to be living in a house yet. You shouldn't. Your house should be no more than 3 times your income. Plenty of people in the States still don't get it, though. That's also true. That's because, like I've said on my show so many times, nobody ever sits down and teaches you this thing called your credit score. They just naturally assume you know what it is. Just like people don't know. He has close to, yeah, there you go, close to a perfect. See the difference there? He has close to a perfect credit score. That's how I knew one part was wrong. Nobody with a degree in accounting would have a perfect credit score, because they would know that they have, like, for example, you want to keep your credit rating up and you're a young person. If you're an American and you're in your late teens, 18, 19, get a credit card. Get any credit card that'll give you a credit card. People are going to say, well, what about the interest rate? It doesn't matter, because you're not going to be doing anything with the interest. You're going to get gas every week. You're going to get gas every week on your credit card, and then you're going to pay the bill in full. The reason, at the end of the month, the reason why is it's going to show people that you can be responsible with credit. Oh, I see what you are. You're guarding a treasure chest. You are ruining my experience. You are ruining my immersion. I always viewed an excellent credit score as someone who is dependable. Right, but when you look at what happens with your credit score actually goes down. Oh, now I'm gonna die to a dire wolf. Your credit score goes down. Right around the 800 mark is where you want to be. Right around the 800 mark, because it shows that you're carrying long-term debt, but you're paying it off responsibly. In fact, I can tell you right now on your credit report, it's going to tell you if you don't carry long-term debt, it'll actually say one of the reasons your credit is lowered is because you don't carry long-term debt. An excellent credit score is someone who is at risk averse. The other problem is people with perfect credit scores are the people that aren't carrying any debt, but they have a lot of available credit. And what's going to happen is, for example, what stops you from maxing all of your credit cards and then leaving the country? That's why they get nervous when you start having more and more credit. That's also because of bankruptcies, but I don't want to go into bankruptcy law because bankruptcy law is long and boring and stupid. You could have a credit score there, but I highly doubt it works the same way as the US credit score. Yeah, 800. Yep, 800 is the sweet spot. Right around 797 to 806. High enough that you can get basically anything you want, and not so high that people are going to be like, wait a minute. It's like a random piece of advice for people. Americans. If you get your mortgage approved, you know what you do. You know what you do when you get your mortgage approved? Nothing. You don't open anything. You don't close anything. You don't pay anything off. You do nothing. If your mortgage has been approved, don't change anything until after closing. Somebody I know just lost their mortgage because they went and they opened a new credit card to buy furniture for their new house. Well, they got approved for their mortgage, and then they opened up a new line of credit and they dropped their credit score just low enough so that they couldn't keep the mortgage. Your FICO is a credit score from one particular location. Remember, you're gonna have the three major credit agencies are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Those are the three places that are your three major. Yeah, FICO is not one of the top three. The three credit reporting agencies are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Those are also the places that you're going to go to, and you're going to, if anybody has filed debt collection on you, that's where that's going to be. Now, your FICO score is a different agency giving a number, but you can't, unless something's changed, debt collectors and debt doesn't go against your FICO score. The FICO withdraws that data point from the other three. That's why I tell people all the time, in January, you should run one of your 3 annual credit reports. In June, you should run one of them, and in November, you should run one of them. And you never run all 3 at the same time because you only get one of each a year. You run one in January to see if anybody's labeled dead or anything's happened. I actually have to do that. I didn't run it in January, but then YouTube nope, no promotion of investments on my channel. Denied. I have to get something cleared off. I told you guys on Wednesday I had to leave the show for tax purposes. I transferred the YouTube channel over to the corporation a long time ago, but they didn't transfer the taxes. So now I'm trying to get them to correct a tax form, and that's always rough. Oh, hi! I remember you guys. I remember you guys being less than friendly as well. Wow, dude. Archers don't do any damage to anybody. Look at that. Yeah, that's why there's no particular endorsement. Yeah, those are all the treasure chests. So those are all... I'm used to killing those guys with mages with arcane missile. But didn't they, if I remember correctly, didn't they tune down arcane missile the last time we played? Because that was just OP. Oh, I need to go north. I need to get out of here. You're still gonna chase me? Go away, man. Here's what I was looking for. Well, here's some of what I was looking for. Okay, hi. Ready? So, where'd I find the horses? I just, north by northeast. No, sorry. North by northwest of the starter town. Spiderlings, this corpse has no loot. Hi. You do. Alright, I am feeling like Archer is way undertuned. Like, I am feeling like Archer is just no good. I am really not liking Archer. At least not for solo play. Yeah, because with Mage, you at least have Ice Spikes and Arcane Bolt. Yeah, I don't see this. I don't see Archer. Because I couldn't handle the goblins on my own. I'm out here trying to handle this spider on my own, and this isn't working well. Maybe it's one of those classes that excels later on. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm dead. Not anymore, though. You have 2 flame abilities. Yeah, but you have Mage. You start off with the 2 flame abilities. What? No, you start off. What's the other one you start off? Do they not start you with Ice Spikes? In Ashes, will you ever drop crafted gear or only raw materials? I've heard there's caravans and node sieges that can drop stuff. You will never drop finished items unless you are corrupted. The only time you will drop a finished item is when you're corrupted. If you're not corrupted, you can't drop a finished item. And let me take that back. Unless you're dumb enough to put a finished item in a caravan. So yeah, if you put a finished item in a caravan and the caravan gets attacked, but no, during sieges, your stuff can't get destroyed. Okay, I can't even see you, and you're starting controversy with me. Yeah, in sieges, your finished goods all get mailed back to you. Yeah, that guy he just like crushed my life. Yeah, and oh, that's what it is. I can't heal through the poison. It's a fan of flames. It's a short AoE cone flame in front. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't go get the, you can't just go and get Arcane Missile. So, just go get Arcane Missile. But yeah, you'll never drop crafted goods unless you're corrupted in ashes. You'll never drop crafted goods unless you're corrupted or you load that stuff onto a caravan. Just don't do that. Alright, now I've died twice. Yeah. So, my feeling here is out of the box. Archer you need to group farm. You absolutely will need to group farm. That's just not, it's not gonna work any other way. I do want to check one thing though. Can you buy a house at a town that hasn't been built? Was one thing I wanted to check last time. Oh, I already own a parcel of land. Duh, I can't do it. Hey, horse. Somebody check that. Can you buy a house at a town that hasn't been developed? Because that was one thing I don't think we got the final answer. Is there better items than the primitive stuff from their in-game chat? And the answer is yes. I mean, I guess that might be part of the problem. Is that part of the problem? Because I don't... I guess that could be part of the problem because I don't have my bow improved. So. Yeah, 30 knowledge points. That's just not gonna work. So definitely in the future we're gonna have to just get the posse together. Yeah, because these things used to be easy to kill. Yeah, 47. Yeah, we used those you basically just farmed on early. A new city has been claimed. Bravos. West. Bravos. Nice. Congrats. We're not doing any of that silly stuff this time. Guys, I also have a key to Dying Light 2. I was very impressed with Dying Light 2. I played it for a little while 2 nights ago. Very happy with Dying Light 2. Looks really good. Yeah, I can't kill those guys either. So yeah, definitely seeing that they have moved away from the single player experience. Definitely seeing that. So that's good. A game like this needs to be a group sort of deal. So I'm very happy to see that. I'm not 100% sure if the only can get rid of your fatigue at a house fire is a good idea, because people can't go to the edges. But I imagine that people would just form, like Paradox would just go out to a town, grab it, and then work from that point. So yeah, I think that'll be okay. But all in all, I am very happy with what I'm seeing with Fractured today. Very happy with all the bits and pieces. Nice amounts of improvements, especially this improvement. Can you lose your mounts or pets in caravans if you are corrupted? Pets, we don't have that answer. We don't know if you can drop your mount or your combat pets. Now for Ashes of Creation, the caravan mounts can drop, yes, because you have to put mounts into the caravan when you roll up the scroll. So, but no, as far as can you drop a mount or a combat pet if you're corrupted, they've said gear, but they haven't said mounts. I mean, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be able to, but I don't want to speak out of place. They might find that dropping your mount is too punishing. I don't. Yeah, those guys we used to kill those guys all the time. We used to kill those guys for spider eyes, right? Like, we just straight farmed them. I hate spiders. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? Had a group of spiders spawn right outside my house last test. Yeah. So I feel like I'm missing something that's making me like infinitely weaker. I feel like I feel like I'm missing something simple. But I think part of the problem is I've played mage every time. Oh yeah, because I've played mage every time, and you can get your mage gear upgrade easier than anything else. You don't have to jerk around, like you can just go farm your prismatic weave early on, and so you're in like your third best, because there was no requirement to smelt or tan cloth. You just have to go farm it. So yeah, that's the problem. That's the deal right there. So the tubs are broken to make leather. I'm looking at chat. Build a forge in your plot. There's a lot of items in the broker that seem high level. So they're really not even buying new equip yet. I'm very interested. What's up? You can't claim the land. Yeah, okay, good. That's what we needed to check last time. Could you claim houses in an unclaimed area? And the answer is no, you cannot. You cannot buy plots in an unclaimed. So that's good. We gotta learn. We gotta learn what we gotta learn. Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for making me the #1 fractured streamer today. I'm gonna be switching gears here. We've been live for 3 hours. 3 hours already. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I'm gonna take a real quick break. And then I'm gonna switch gears up. I'm gonna do Ashes for a little bit, talk some stuff, and then I might switch over to Dying Light later today. Because they gave me a free key. If not, I'm gonna do Dying Light tomorrow. I was gonna do Dying Light yesterday. Oh no, thanks. I was gonna do Dying Light yesterday, but we got a really bad snowstorm, and I spent half the day. Oh, I want to see Bar. Come here, Bar. Whoa, you can't even. Wow. No, like, so archers are basically gonna have to have a phone a friend. Yeah, archers are gonna need a phone a friend to level with, because that's just not working. But no, yesterday we had horrible snowstorm, and I had to do the driveway twice just to make sure Tamir would be able to get in and out. We got, I don't know how much we got overall, but I know that I had 5 inches of snow on my driveway twice. So, that'll let you know how much we got total. So I want to pop in here real quick. I want to take a look at the crafting stations. Maybe it's because I'm stupid and I don't remember something. So always possible. Yeah, that's a pretty decent amount. Yeah, it is. I also live in a subdivision where the snow doesn't get plowed. So it's really obnoxious. If anybody parks on the odd side of the street, the snowplow won't come through for liability reasons. And because we have an agreement with the local police department, they don't ticket inside of our subdivision. So it's basically you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't get snowplow removal because the police won't ticket anybody. The areas in this game look really bland. Well, yeah, because they haven't, I mean, it is what it is. They have a small team. That's what it is. That's part of it. Oh, very cool. Jewelry's in, but you know what I don't see? I saw metal arrowheads that you would need. So that's one thing that you'll need. What's the other building? But yeah, you keep in mind that Dynamite Studios has put this whole game together with an 8-person team and not a lot of money. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not going to be having the they're not going to be blowing up the graphics department because they simply can't afford it. That's what it is. Okay, so I was stupid. That's what it is. You need the longbow or the short bow instead of the primitive bow. That's what it is. And so that makes a lot more sense why things weren't dying, because that's 5.5 and this is, oh wait, no, it's the same. Attack speed fast. So attack speed medium, average DPS 130. Oh, okay, yeah. So the, oh yeah. Because you would have the short bow. Let me do the long bow. 8.5. There it is. Yeah, you need the better wood. Absolutely. So no, that makes sense. I knew I was missing something, and it's generally what it was is the last time what we would have done is we would have put everybody together in a group, and then everybody would have been in a group, and then we would have gone out, we would have started, we would have gotten skill points, and then we would have gotten our we would have started our town, we would have gotten the wood for the town, and then people would have just started taking that to make their bows. So yeah, I was like, why is the bow so weak? The bow is so weak because I was still in my primitive bow. Anyway, that was Fractured for 3 hours. I'm very, very happy. Very, very good to see. Very, very good to see a lot of the changes we asked. The auto run they've put in. They're either being DDoSed or they have some sort of thing going on, but Prometheus said in chat, if you saw that, 150,000 command inputs to the server and the server didn't die, didn't crash and burn. So that's always a really big thing if that happens.
I say, Sprocket, we've reached the end of another video. Time to thank the sponsors. Yes, that will do. Shall we pop off for a spot of tea?